Hey y'all, it's me, Andy, your garden witch here, back with another episode of Tea Time in the Greenhouse. This is our 5th edition of Tea Time in the Greenhouse, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I actually struggled with in my younger years, and something that I'm a little too good at now. Letting go. You ever heard the phrase let go and let God? You ever seen the episodes of or the TV show Hoarders on A&E? I am a huge fan of that show because it intrigues me how people get to that point and what they have to go through to get past it. I also appreciate seeing the family members and the friends come into play when helping with, the hoarding situation. And it occurred to me that usually 9 times out of 10, the hoarding situation comes or stems from something tragic happening that was completely out of that person's control. Those things are tough to deal with, like death and things of that nature. Mother Nature, speaking of which, because I saw one episode where this lady's previous house got wiped out by, I think it was a tornado. And, since she recovered from that, now she's a hoarder because she lost everything. So like even literal Mother Nature can create loss that we can't control. With that, people don't even realize that you can hoard more than just items, just things. You can hoard emotions. You can hoard people. You can hoard situations. Let me explain. I've actually had to deal with actual item hoarding in my personal life. As far as assisting, I had a friend who dealt with hoarding real bad, and I would try to help out. I've had a couple of family members who've dealt with it that I've also tried to help out. Even more closely related, my husband, after the loss of both his parents, he really struggled with that. And when we got married and I moved into our home here, which is his childhood home, it was tough having to dig through all of his past in order to get to our future. So I definitely have a personal understanding of how that even comes to be. But with the people and the emotions and the situations, I have personal experience and knowledge with that because, baby, I did it. My daddy, God bless him, I love my father beyond description, but he had a lot to do with my self-worth and my self-esteem being on the lower end. He was trying his absolute best of doing what he knew how to do. He felt like he was motivating me, like he was raising me to, to push and strive and thrive. I'm a bit of an emotional person. I'm somebody that you kind of have to be a little softer to, and to have a Marine father who, I would bring him something and he would go, yeah, but, yeah, you got that good grade, but yeah, you did this science project, but yeah, but it was never just a flat out, I'm proud of you. It was always, yeah, I'm proud of you. You did this well, but, which led to me as a young adult feeling like I had to constantly strive for validation because nothing I was doing was right. Nothing I was doing was good enough. Nothing I was doing was acceptable. With that, I surrounded myself with some of the most toxic people because I was looking for validation through them. I hoarded those people around me. Essentially, I also hoarded the situation because the more I had those people around me fakely making me feel validated, the more I kept them around me, the more toxic the situation got. Specifically, like, I had people around me who didn't have jobs. I had the job, I had the money, it made me feel validated. I had people around me who didn't have cars. I had the car, I had the ability and the privilege to drive, it made me feel validated. It didn't even occur to me that some of those people were using me because I had the money and using me because I had the car, you know. It didn't matter to me at the time. What mattered to me is that they were around and they were making me feel validated. Well, needless to say, I grew out of that real quick. And now I know how to, well, actually, nope, I'm lying. I didn't grow out of it real quick at all. It actually took damn near 20 years for me to grow out of having to feel validated through somebody else. Now I get up in the morning by the grace of God and Mother Nature and I validate myself. But it took a long road to get here. And that's why I wanted to bring it up and I wanted to discuss it with you in case you are dealing with it, in case you are hoarding people, toxic people for validation, in case you are hoarding a situation and a bad job. Granted, we live in America. We got the work to eat. You know, this vanilla chai don't come for free. This greenhouse definitely will not. So like, you got to get up and you got to work to get the money. But you also should be working somewhere where you don't feel like you are giving more than you're getting. A paycheck is not worth your soul. And baby, some people are spending. I saw a quote on Facebook the other day that said people will spend 40 years making someone else's dream come true, but not 3 years making their own dream come true. And man, that smacked me in the face like a Acme ton of bricks on Wile E. Coyote. Like, I thought about that real hard. And it motivated this episode. So definitely know that it's okay to let go. It's okay to let those people go. It's okay to let those toxic situations go. It's okay to let it go. Because now you are making room for people who aren't toxic. You're making room for situations that aren't toxic. You're making room for emotions that aren't toxic. Just like the people on Hoarders get rid of all of that stuff and the emotional weight, and they now make room for their future. So trust and believe, baby, it's okay to let go. And hey, to my atheists, shout out to y'all. I am a believer in God, science, and magic. So I get where y'all coming from. I feel you. I respect it. Let go and let life. That's how y'all can look at it. Let go and let life. Let it go. What we holding on to this for? What am I going to keep this tea bag for after it's done? I'm not making another cup of tea with it. I'm going to rip it open and put it in my compost. And let it go. And let it create something more beneficial for me. Because right now, it's definitely benefiting me. This chai is so good. But no, seriously, guys. Let me set this down for a second because I talk with my hands. Learning to let go, it is a hard lesson. But it's a lesson that you ultimately, truly need to learn. Because you getting ready to pack yourself in and you won't ever be able to get out. That's going to suck. So, as we are coming into spring, where the snow is melting and the weather's warming up and the sprouts are starting to emerge, baby. Sprout, grow. Let that snow and that heaviness melt into the water that's going to soak into your roots and push you out. It's okay to let go. And go clean out that closet and that junk drawer in your kitchen. I see it. I'm talking to myself. Bye, y'all. See you at the next episode.